thank you for joining us. Today, I will introduce one of man's dearest and most darling friends, adrenaline. From skydiving to racing, people find their fix wherever they see fit. In today's interview, we will be discussing motorcycles and their exhilarating and frightening nature as they have formed communities throughout the United States. As many people envision communities as a singular entity, the motorcycle community members are comprised of individuals who are intertwined with just a vehicle and simple nod when passing by one another. I wanted to preface this interview with a warning to my viewers. This video may contain graphic language, terrifying statistics, and accounts of motorcycle crashes. I also wanted to explain the importance of this interview to all you folks at home. I have been four-wheeling since elementary school and have spent countless hours in the dusty sand dunes of Los Lunas with my family riding off-road vehicles. I have also been riding motorcycles since my sophomore year of high school and have had a fair share of riding in Albuquerque. Although I have not been riding motorcycles for very long, the imminent danger felt by all riders when entering public roadways is undeniable. Certain certifications have become required throughout the United States, including road awareness for all vehicles on public streets. In New Mexico, all riders who transport via motorcycles are required to have a specific Class M license endorsement. This endorsement can be obtained through a road safety test and motorcycle safety course. With a total of 1,257 motorcycle crashes in New Mexico during 2019, it is imperative that individuals understand how their driving behaviors affect people's well-being and livelihoods daily. Now, I would like to introduce my kind participant, my father, and riding buddy, Donald Elkins.
It actually started off with my dad riding me around on his motorcycle, and then my brother riding me around on his motorcycle, and then I ended up with a three-wheeler, and I had the freedom to go all around in the desert. And then when I was in the Navy, I saw a magazine that Cycle World produced called WFOs, which was wide F and open, and they had some of the hottest motorcycles in there. So in the early 90s, they had motorcycles that were doing over 200 miles an hour. And one of them came on sale. It was a stock, and that was one of my first motorcycles, was the 1100. And it was fast. Oh, it's definitely the new Kawasaki H2. Motorcycle is a lot like a gun, okay? Very rarely does a person shoot themselves with the gun, but if you use it wrong, it'll cause you problems, just like a gun. If you don't have self-control and you think that you're on, I don't know, it is a mentality. If you think that you're unstoppable and everyone's going to give way for you, you shouldn't be on a motorcycle, because you'll find out very quickly that people don't give way for you. It was my dad's birthday, and I was going to buy him a gift, and so I was headed into an area that they sold little trains that doesn't exist anymore. And I turned onto the road, the main road where that place was at to buy, and there was traffic on the opposite lane coming towards me, and a lady decided that she didn't need to look to cross across the road to get into that traffic, and she started to move forward, and then she looked to see if the way was clear. And so I tried to avoid her, and I was clear. I hopped over into the next lane, and she accelerated and took up both lanes. And so I had no other place to go. All of my exits were gone, and that's how I ended up hitting her. You know, she was blocking both lanes of traffic at that point in time. That's a really hard question to answer. I still feel that the more powerful bikes are better overall because you'll never lose respect for them. But a lot of people don't have the self-control not to want to race somebody else, and they'll get hurt real bad because they don't understand a really fast motorcycle is way faster than a really fast car, and they don't understand the concept that it's super easy to go fast, but it is incredibly hard to stop fast. They help out a lot. It teaches you how to understand how the front end and the rear end can slide around and get out of shape, and how quick bumps will offset your balance on a bike, and all of the things that happen off-road happen on a street bike. You just don't realize it as soon on the street bike because you're not pushing it that hard. Where on a dirt bike, you don't need to have the excessive speeds. You could break your front end loose at 10 miles an hour, as where on the street, you usually have to push probably 60 to 80 miles an hour to have your front end start pushing on you. I definitely do not think that a single course that lasts for 3 days or for 4 hours for 3 days is anywhere close enough to anybody who's starting out on a motorcycle. And I honestly don't believe, even in your case, that the 100 to 200 miles in a parking lot before you go out on the road is nearly enough.